Alright, this is going to be a short video, hopefully, on how to create some textures in your 3D games. I provided a link on Google Classroom in the Intro to 3D Platform Game section. So if you click on that, that takes you to this site that has a lot of textures that we can use in our games. And the example I'm going to use is a metal texture and a tread plate. So I found this great that I like. You can download a couple of things. If you right click and download the image, it's kind of smaller, or you can click on these links right here. So I downloaded on the larger image here. Probably this one is better for your games, smaller files. Anyway, you want to pay attention to the size of file you have, because that's going to be adjusted when you import it in the game. So when you click on download, it normally shows up on the bottom here. You want to show that in folder, and we want this to be moved to our project game. So I have my project folder open over here. So from my downloads folder, you're going to go to your project folder, which should be on your desktop. You have Unity projects, and then the name of the project you're working on. Currently, I'm putting this in the challenge scale project in assets, and I created a folder called textures. So that's where this is going to go. So I'm just going to click and drag it over there. Alright, you can add or make a, once you have that done, you can close this. You can make a material in Unity just from this, but I'm going to show you in this video how to add some texture and details or some depth to it. So I'm going to right click on this image, and I'm going to open with Photoshop. And I had Photoshop open already, so it went pretty quick. So you can kind of see what this image looks like. And I don't want to mess with this one, so I'm going to save as, and actually that's fine for the name there. I'm going to save as, get rid of this part, and I'll put capital NM. That's going to be for normal map. Alright, you can just go ahead and go with the defaults. And to create a normal map, which allows us to get some texture in our materials, you're going to go to Image, Mode, and we want to save it as grayscale. This already kind of looks grayscale, but save it as grayscale. Click Save. So the steps are, again, you're going to open the file, right-click, open it with Photoshop, and as soon as it opens, you just save that file as the same name, just add an N and an M on it. And then you change it to, on the mode in their image, change it to grayscale. Alright, then you're done with Photoshop. Then you're going to go to your Unity project. And you can kind of see I have some other ones that I already built. I'm going to create a cube to put this on. And I've kind of put all of my cubes over here. This one is wood, so let me move that. See, wood, move that guy. Trying to locate them so that in the screen you can see them nicely with the camera. And this one is going to be my metal box. It doesn't have to be exact, but just trying to get it so you can see it. Okay, just call this one metal. Oops. Alright. Now there's a couple settings you want to do on your texture. So here's my texture folder. Here's my original graphic, I believe. And there's some settings here. You're going to leave the default. It is 2D, so that's fine. You're going to change this from bilinear to point, no filter. And this is the size you got to pay attention to. So I think with my image, if you go back, you right click on it in Windows, and you can see the details. It's pretty big. So it's 23 by 23 at least, and currently the max size is 20 by 28, so that's close enough. I mean, you want kind of a ballpark, that's probably okay. Alright, if yours was smaller, you would choose a smaller resolution for it, so that would be better. Alright, so that's good. Let's make sure point, and then I'm going to go to the normal map, and there's a setting you want to change here. This is going to be a normal map object instead of a regular, and we're creating it from grayscale. We're going to mess with the bumpiness and stuff in a minute. This is going to be point, no filter, and then the size was fine for this image. Alright, since it was the same image as the other one. So I'm going to click apply. And when you do that, you kind of in your scene, you see it's turns kind of bluish or purple. This doesn't really have a lot of bumps to it, so I'm going to take the bumpiness down a little bit there. Alright, and you can experiment with that later. Yeah, that's probably okay for now. Maybe a little bit too much there. We'll see. You want to be able to see some depth to it. Okay, that's good. Alright, so the next step is you're going to go to Materials, right click, and create a new material. And this one is called Metal. Alright, I'm going to click on the little dot next to Albedo and select the metal create, or the metal image, and then normal map. I will select that as well. Now I'm not sure if this is going to tile very well, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to take this, you see how it looks here? It looks pretty cool. And let's drag it down to the object. Oh, that actually fits really well on my cube. Alright, so it kind of looks like a, yeah, looks like a metal crate with the slats on it. Alright, so you already can see some depth to it. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you a difference maybe if this video doesn't go too long. But now you can mess with a couple of things. And this is metal. On the metallic setting, you can drag that up. And it should kind of smoothen this. We can make it more smooth. You could kind of see, you don't want it too dark necessarily. The more metallic, the darker it gets. I don't know, something like that. And then it looks like it's too bumpy. You see, it's kind of jagged. So now you can go back to your texture and this part and maybe smooth that out and click apply. Yeah, that's much better. You see how that kind of cleaned it up? Alright, cool. And you can see how the light kind of reflects on it. So it looks like it actually has holes in it, but it doesn't. Alright, so that's awesome. This is what it would look like if you didn't have the normal map on your texture. So let's do that. Create a new cube, and we'll just kind of put it next to the other one, kind of like that. Okay. I'm going to create a new material, and I'll say metal flat, because this is not going to have any depth to it. Alright, this one I'll just put the graphic there on there and drop it on the cube. Now it looks okay. It still kind of looks like it has, but look how cool this one is with the lights actually reflecting on top of it, and this one it's not. So you can add the metallic stuff to this guy, and it still doesn't look as good. It looks a little bit better, but yeah, experiment with that, adding some normal maps to your textures or to your materials. Okay.